Good morning, ladies and germs. It is now I can't speak already. It is now time for another episode of the Chop Sports Daily, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio right here in Matawan, New Jersey, chopping it up from the Cabinet Creations Sports Desk. Still built sturdy. I mean, it's a couple months now and it hasn't fallen over yet. Thanks, Uncle Billy. Anyway, you could check us out on YouTube if you are like that video, por favor. And of course, we are joined by, ready for this? Day three, we got Nick producing the show. So now, I mean, we're worried. I'm worried. I think it's going to go okay. I taught him everything I know in a matter of 30 seconds. There is also Madison Palumbo is in the house as well, doing some behind the scenes stuff, as she's just in her mind, just like, oh, behind the scenes. Get the phone out. But anyway, we got a packed house today. One guy missing. A special congratulations to our boy, Wrestling Rob, producer Rob. The birth of his fourth kid happened yesterday at 6 o'clock. Finnan is the full name. Great name. Love it. Congratulations to Rob and his wonderful lady on the birth of their new son yesterday.
Boys, bro.
Huh?
Got 4 boys now.
God bless him. I mean, I got to be one of those like girl dads that just have to be. I can only imagine how your dad feels. I mean, he's probably on high alert all the time. Like, I'm on high alert now. My daughter's only 2. So we'll see how that goes as time goes on. But if you want to support Chop Sports, Scoop says he did get a haircut. Oh, don't even get me started on Scoop's hair, by the way. He showed me the other night. He's like, look, I'm in the in-between stage. And it's just like this emo looking awful shit. And I'm just like,
dirty,
just please get rid of it. This guy has a nice fade. We do these mid to high fades and they look good. Scoop looks like he's homeless. But anyway, welcome to the show. If you want to support the show, do so by heading on over to patreon.com. Look at that. See? Bang, Nick hit him on the money.
1 for 1, bro.
So patreon.com. /Chop Sports, $10, $5, $3. I got to look at the Patreon today because I don't know what happened to it yesterday. I was looking up and down. It looked like there was a new member and then no members. But I think it's going through that, like, the first hit happens and then like that's when people start getting billed and stuff for the month. So if you haven't canceled and you still continue to support the show, thank you very much. That's what keeping the lights on, because each time you cancel your membership, 1 light goes off. So before you know, we're going to be doing this shit in the dark. But anyway, like the video on YouTube. Do us that favor, please. And yeah, share the stream. Tell your friends. What do you watch at 11 o'clock? I watch the Chop Sports Daily in lieu of, I don't know, what's still around at 11 o'clock. So Price is Right start at 11 o'clock still?
I think like the Wendy Williams shows at 11.
Maybe, Wendy Williams, yeah.
All that daytime TV sucks.
Yeah, daytime TV blows. We'll get into some of the talking heads that
SpongeBob
really pissed me off. SpongeBob? Well, that's like 24 hours around the clock.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, so you can turn us on for a couple, just about an hour ski, and just spend your time with us. So you can also head on over to Dat Chat. There's nothing for that. So like he's like, oh God, where's the Dat Chat? Did you ever put the Manscaped in?
No.
Okay, good. We'll just talk about it. But anyway, the Dat Chat app is available on Google Play and iTunes or wherever you download your the Apple Store. That's a brand new app. We're actually closing in 500 members. I was active in it yesterday, just checking it out. It's growing, and it's growing pretty fast. So if you're in the Chop Sports Facebook group and you're watching this, please go on over to YouTube, but also join up on the Dat Chat app because they're doing big things over there, and I'm excited to be a part of it. Glenn's got a lot of stuff, man. He posted yesterday. He just so happened to find his autographed KD sneakers and Steph Curry sneakers that he just has. So he's like, this guy's got like memorabilia at the wazoo.
He's a fan. Who is he?
I don't know if he has a team. He might be a Nets guy. I'm not sure. I know he's a Miami Dolphins fan. I don't know about
who it was. All right.
Yeah, he's a Dolphins guy.
I was checking his fanhood a little bit and just wondering why he's so, but we'll talk off air.
Yeah, but anyway. So also coming up in just a few weeks now, ladies and gents, we got to really iron out some of these details, but I think it's all going to be good. The first annual Chop Sports Barbecue happening on June the 26th at 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock in Merrill Park, Island /Woodbridge /Colonia / that whole entire area. To sign up, please email chopsports.events@gmail.com. That helps us get a good running tally of how many kegs we have to order. One for me by itself, and then the rest for the rest of the party. So we got to know how many to order. So please RSVP with how many people you're bringing.
I'm starting to get the sneaking suspicion that it's just going to be a work day for me.
Oh, that's no suspicion at all. It's absolutely.
There
will be no fun.
I'm going to run jibs on everybody in all intramural recreational sports that we have decided upon, because there is a couple challenges that have been laid out to me. I'm.
Can we do a potato sack race?
Yes.
Can we do an egg thing on the spoon?
100%.
Beautiful.
An egg toss. An egg toss. We're adults, so someone's going to wear the egg on every team.
I'm just going to
one team
scoop.
doesn't.
I'm just going to.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, we could do all those things. There is a couple challenges that have been laid out. I just want to let everybody know that I have been preparing and training for these intramural events. I hope you all are.
Bro, he's
That's
out
all
there.
I'm gonna say.
Madison,
I hope you all are.
Madison and Nick walk in today, and Gooch has a wiffle ball in his hand, like just practicing his curve. Like that's actually happening. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that. June the 26th. Have some fun with Chop Sports. Come on out. I would say rain or shine. But yeah, I mean, if it rains, which obviously it will, no matter what, like we're going to see rain in the forecast or a storm or whatever.
We're going to be all right.
Right. We're going to get some tents hooked up by the Woodbridge PBA.
Look, if it's
so
pouring,
appreciate that.
If it's a shitty day and it's raining, we're going to work out a rain check.
Facebook user coming in saying, practice your shots of Jameson's. Well, first of all, Facebook user, do me a solid. Head on over to YouTube so we know who the hell you are.
Yeah, day drinking Jameson. I don't need to practice that. I'm good. I pass.
I mean, you actually kicked off your day drinking season on Memorial Day.
I don't mean like I passed that test. Like I'm passing on that altogether. I'm not drinking shots.
Not a shots guy.
Midday.
Madison, are you even of age? Yes, right. Like before, I was like, are you a big drinker? Like, don't answer that. Mom and dad are probably watching. But anyway, so barbecue. Excited about that. Yankees got rained out yesterday. They'll do a doubleheader today. Nasty Nesters going on the hill. Don't worry about that. And he's going against Ohtani. Game one. So it's Nestor versus Ohtani in game one. Also, the Mets, they head out west after another big win for them. The one thing baseball related that I wanted to bring up is the fact that Josh Donaldson finally came out and spoke to the media a little bit yesterday. He's actually a little hurt that his teammates didn't really come to bat for him. And I'm on Team Donaldson here. I'm like, if you're my teammate, I don't give a shit if I hate you or you're a terrible person. Like, that's your brother, that's your teammate. Go to bat for the guy. And I'm not saying everything he said was right, but I'm just saying, like, if that's your teammate, you're supposed to want to die for this person, right?
Bro, this is the same guy that the Yankees had beef with last year.
Absolutely
He's the
correct.
Teammate, unbeknownst to them, I don't think that they had any say in that matter, and if they did, he wouldn't be. Higashioka had to like iron things out because they had beef because of the home plate thing last year, even though it was like not real beef. But no, nobody likes Donaldson. I don't blame them. It's a tough situation. We've gone through it.
Is this going to turn into a Jack Parkman situation?
Thoroughly.
And do you know what I mean by when I say that?
Meaning that nobody likes Josh Donaldson on the team. They want him out.
And then they trade him?
Hopefully for my sake.
And then he crushes him in the World Series.
Josh Donaldson, I haven't been.
Huh?
This has nothing. This has no bearing on it. I didn't like him before this, but I'm not sitting here feeling sorry for the guy. You know, you made your bed. Now you get to lay in it. That's all I'm going to say about that. He's not off the team. If he hits home runs, I'm sure they'll give him a pound, but bro, this is par for the course when you are a jerk off your entire life.
Wow.
People stop liking you.
Wow. Okay. Tommy D coming in. They're going to avoid that topic like the plague. They don't need any more negative media than was already brought. Sort of like, doing a podcast and just shitting on a brand the entire time.
Also, Josh Donaldson, when he came out and spoke the other day, he gave like a heartfelt long apology. And even still, it was like listening to Carlos Mencia apologize for fake stealing jokes. Like, you're not actually apologizing. You're acting like you didn't know what you were doing. I'm not trying to get in anybody's head, but Josh Donaldson, do we have to talk about how much I hate him anymore?
No, I think we're good on that. You've said
put
it.
in my 2 cents.
2 cents coming in from Nick.
I just think
from the Arc.
For the Yankee standpoint, they're basically between a rock and a hard place because it's like, if they support the guy,
then they look racist.
Yeah,
I agree. You're right.
And if they don't, then it's just all on Josh Donaldson.
I'm the master at dancing around things and being like even Steven with all this shit. There's a way to do both. You could denounce the comments and then still say, but he's our guy. You know what I mean? Like, we got his back. And I think it was proven in reality when the dust up kind of took place, the Yankees didn't sit in the dugout.
Yeah, but they also probably didn't know why this was happening.
I beg
If
to
all of a
differ.
sudden the catcher's in your
Then
player's
if-
face,
if
then
they-
judges are like, hold on,
then
and then just come out there and try to beat the shit out of him.
Then to me, it almost is indicative of the fact that maybe Josh Donaldson knows he's wrong, because if I'm giving people hell on the field and I'm like, yo, I'm going to piss this dude off, like the first thing I'm going to do when I get back into the dugout is be like, yo, I called him Jackie like 4 times. So if none of the players knew that, or they did, like that's telling about it.
Yeah.
So if they knew that prior to and nobody took exception to it, then they can't now say, oh, that was racist. But if they didn't know it and Josh Donaldson was hiding the entire time, then you could maybe infer that, he knew what he was doing was wrong, and that's why he didn't even tell his teammates about it.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Well, that's the Donaldson news that I saw an update today about.
Donaldson's a piece of shit.
Couple other things before we get into everything else. If you're a golf fan, Tom Brady decided to team up with Aaron Rodgers. Talk about 2 GOATs taking on the future of the league in a charity golf game, I guess you can call it. They only played 12 holes. But anyway, Rodgers sinks a clutch putt to win this thing. The more important thing is they raised $10.25 million
dollars.
No,
The Packers another wide receiver.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to misquote this. 10.25 meals for feeding America. So that's a lot of meals. That's
So
a
what
lot
was
of
the number
food.
again? Because you just said like a crate. It was like 10.2. I don't
All right, do you want the
know.
exact number? 10,258,000. How about that?
Wow.
10.25. Does that make sense? Okay.
That's good.
So that's a lot of meals. So congratulations to doing this. I ask you, Gooch, is this the kind of like golf? It's weird. It's like golf is very popular to the people that love golf. Like if you love golf, you I don't know the word I'm using here. No, you love golf.
You love golf.
But like I'm saying, like with something like this, right? Is this the future of golf? Are we going to see more of these like 2-on-2? Like this was televised on TNT up against AEW Dynamite's MJF's promo. Good job, kid.
So just to be, it's not the future of golf. If you've watched over the past couple of weeks, like golf is a pretty solid standing as on its own. We don't need the NFL players. Like this is a gimmick. It's exactly what it is. People are tuning in. It's almost a downtime. I wouldn't say in sports, but it's during the day,
I mean, it started at like 4, I think. It went into prime time.
And what they're able to do is they're able to get the banter going.
Was there banter though? I mean,
yeah. Like I'm talking about for the past 3 weeks.
There's a lot of hype going into
shit
it.
Talking highlights. It's cool. It's like you're molding 2 sports together and getting some fans over here and some fans over there. It's not really about anything other than entertainment.
People that love golf really like. I just say it like that, man. Damn, that cup of coffee right before we ran out of creamer today. I started to panic.
But the big story here is Aaron Rodgers ice
ice in his veins,
fucking putt, putting everybody back where they belong on the pecking order on who's the best golfer out of the bunch, because he is the best quarterback as well. Josh Allen played like shit. Patrick Mahomes still sounds exactly like Kermit the Frog, but like he's.
Do you think his annoying ass wife was out there on the golf course, like talking to his backswing? Like he's like, hey, it's like, go baby, and he's like, and there goes the slices into the woods.
Do the golf clap. You got to be respectful of the situation.
See, that's what we need. We need more of the Happy Gilmore-esque, like where make a little noise here. You know what I mean? Like, and there's only one tournament.
I think if
and
the
that's
PGA Tour, if the PGA Tour
sanitation
hired me, if the PGA Tour hired me to liven up their events and tours and do little one-offs, I would be the perfect candidate, because I have a lot of ideas on how to fix golf, speed golf being one of them.
Yeah.
Another one being like fan controlled golf,
Rube. Rodgers have a few more weeks practice every year on Mahomes and Brady. That is called a dig, saying that Rodgers is out of the playoffs a little sooner.
I mean,
every
I get
year.
it. It was a funny joke, but it just doesn't always ring true.
That isn't true.
Last year, they were both eliminated in the same week. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you're wrong.
I think I'm right. I think actually I am wrong. I think Brady might have been eliminated sooner.
Brady was taken out by the
one and done by the Rams. Rodgers had a bye, so fuck you, Ruby. Wrong.
Anywho,
technically you're wrong.
That was a fun little thing to check out. On a more serious note, I do want to bring up the fact that obviously everybody knows I'm a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan. If you didn't know that by now, welcome to the show. But Marion Barber III was one of my favorite players of all time. He was found dead in his apartment yesterday at the age of 38. That's what brings it even harder. It's like somebody younger than Gooch and 1 year older than me. That's just like, it's not a dig at your age. I'm just saying, like, that's the age range of all of a sudden.
You're right.
These people are dropping off the face of the earth, and it's really sad. And it's so weird. The night before, like not yesterday, the day before, I already came to a conclusion that I was going to sell a lot of stuff on Saturday. I was going to have a garage sale, right? And get rid of my stuff. And I found Barber's jersey. It's an old one, doesn't fit me anymore. It's a little tight, you know, like a little smaller. And I'm like, I'm not selling this one. No way. Barber's one of my guys. And that was the night before it happened. It's for me, it's so weird.
One of the greatest nicknames in all of sports, by the way.
The Barbarian.
Marion the Barbarian.
Ah, dude.
Perfect.
I posted one of his runs yesterday. It was the greatest 2-yard gain of all time.
Yeah,
he was dead to rights
exactly
in the back of the end zone. Huh?
I know.
Against the Pats. Yeah. Crazy.
Great
Runner.
Run.
I do want to give a special shout out to a piece of garbage known as Mike Fisher. You are a beat writer for the, I believe, Sports Illustrated. You covered the Cowboys for, I don't know, like 35, 40, 50 years.
He's becoming a regular on the show.
He's become a regular on the show because he pisses me off time and time again. He went out there, and when you're, and you guys don't know this, Nick or Madison, I want to see your reactions, right? So when somebody dies, obviously, if you're a reporter, you have to write about it, right? And you have to say, like, you know, this is what happened, you know, found dead. It's unfortunate, but you got to use a picture. You got to use a picture of the player. Now, what would you think? Match action shot, you know, something to highlight his life and his legacy as a football player. Mike Fisher decided and deleted immediately after he realized how dumb he is. He used Marion Barber III's mugshot from a time that he got in trouble. And Fisher, bro, Uncle Fish, you clickbait and whore. Get out of media. Just go away. Just go away. I've said it time and time again. You're old. You're past your prime. You belittle people. Your Sports Illustrated shit stinks at this point. Nobody actually pays attention to it. So get the hell out of here. Just go. Go. Be gone. And nobody will miss you. Nobody. I had one apologist come in today. Like, I knowed Mike Fisher for 25 years. He's a stand-up guy, a great husband, and a great dad. Yeah? Well, guess what? This is exhibit A, B, C, and 4 of what he's done. So he's a piece of garbage. He needs to get off the media. That's it. Just leave. Like, here's your pen, here's your paper, turn it all in like a badging gun when you're a cop and you retire. Goodbye. Attention is attention. Bullshit, Scoop. I don't believe that at all. Because that's not what you do. That's not what you do.
But it's like crazy because that is exactly what they all do.
But he's a 65-year-old.
The reason why it's like it's not going to stop and it is for the attention is because if it was so egregious, he would be fired or in trouble. Like, these guys are basically just doing what they're told to a degree. You know,
he's his own boss.
Sports Illustrated.
No. He's like the guy. Like, he's been the guy for a long time, and he just continues to do this type of shit. And he puts out these headlines of saying, like, you know, he's like a Schefter of the Cowboys.
I was gonna go there, but I can't even bring.
I'm not gonna bring up Schefter. Whatever. It's fine. It's wrong, but 95% of the media does it. Ash, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
but it is wrong. You know what I mean?
It's even more prevalent in sports media because, like, the emotions and it's like something that people get really worked up about, but it really doesn't matter. Like, it's not like politics where like that matters and it's triggering. Sports, when you have a shitty sports take, like, it's triggering to people bad. And when you do something that isn't even bad take, this is just in bad taste. In bad taste.
And we're talking bad takes is when, like, Schefter's like, the worst. Hey, Haskins is dead, but by the way, just so you all are reminded, he stunk as a quarterback.
Your mother would be fucking ashamed.
Yes,
Mike.
Anyway, speaking of other media heads that are just completely off the rails, Dan Orlovsky, who, again, I've said I don't like him on ESPN, but I like him when he's on the McAfee show because I think he's more authentic and he's funny, and he's more just a real dude's dude when he's on McAfee. But when he's on ESPN, it's all buttoned up and make sure we're reading the script. Clown Show came out and said Dak Prescott has struggled since he lost to Marco Murray. I'm here to tell you that he never played with DeMarco Murray. So there you go, Dan. Good dynamite journalism 101 over there, you clown show. Anyway, so that's, Anyway, everyone give this a thumbs up. Thank you, Melissa Whiteman.
I believe that might be Rob's.
Oh, all right, cool. Yes.
Well, welcome. And thank you and congratulations.
Danny Grasso, media never has good timing or class. I mean, don't say that.
Or that's actually
because
Rob.
We're part of it. That's possibly true. Very true, too. But anyway, Danny Grasso coming and saying no media or class. That's not true because we're in the media, sort of, kind of, yes, and we have class.
I think what he's getting at is like the mainstream.
Yeah, mainstream is just. I tried to tell people the other day. Yeah, exactly. Good take. You know, it's funny. Then somebody tried to defend him and say, "Oh, he was probably talking about Des Bryant." And then Brad Sham, who's the voice of the radio for the Cowboys, comes back and says, "If you can't tell the difference between DeMarco Murray and Des Bryant, He is the problem. Like that's a little bit of a hiccup there.
So
Anyway.
About what he said though, other than that,
I'm not talking about that, but
like about the list and everything.
No, I'm not talking about the list. We don't have to talk about the list.
Right,
this is a list that you can go look it up. It's a list that he provided where it was quarterbacks you can win with and then quarterbacks you can win without or something like that. To that
quarterbacks
extent?
you can win with, and quarterbacks you will win because of.
Okay. And I'm okay with Dak falling on the list like you can win with him. You will win a game because of Rodgers. You will win a game because of Brady and Mahomes. You will win those games. You can win games with Dak Prescott. And I agree with that
that's
so far.
Fluid anyway.
And it doesn't
like
matter.
a guy could play himself into that caliber easily. Not to say that Dak will this year, but he can.
Well, it's so funny that I'm like so fired up on such a good day because we are talking about the New York Rangers, ladies and gents. Starching, sparking, electrifying the Lightning. 6-2. Gooch is very upset. He came in here distraught today. He said, he thought that his squad had a chance and they just got the shit kicked out of him. But listen, there was a lot of talk about how the Rangers have had some stroke of luck when it comes to playing backup goalies. The Pittsburgh, I almost said Penguins. I almost said Pirates. Pittsburgh Penguins had a third stringer, right? And then you have Ronta in the next round. Like, guys aren't these elite goalies, and then you finally get an elite goalie in Jesus Christ, Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky. I can't. Whatever. He's Polish. Right. That's a Polish name. It's very hard, or Russian, or whatever. It doesn't matter. I can't say his name. But anyway, that's an elite goalie. He is an elite goalie, and the Rangers put 6 on him yesterday. And a lot of people might be chalking this up to rust because the Lightning were off for like a month because they swept the Panthers, right? So they're off for a little while. There is something happening here where if you guys are aware that
he's Russian.
Yes, fine. The Rangers they're both Russian, actually, Igor too. The Rangers have had and played just like any other team in the NHL, play 82 games, right? That's the NHL season is similar, actually identical to the NBA. The playoffs that they've played a shit ton more games than a lot of people. Last night, I believe it was their 97th game of the year. And people are starting to wonder, well, is fatigue going to become a factor, right? Because what? Fatigue. Fuck, damn it. It's just if I'm enunciating a word, let me enunciate the word.
I thought you were saying like that's how they say fatigue in hockey. So it's like fatigue.
It's not like it's like a Canadian thing.
Like French Canadian spin on fatigue.
Fatigue. Whatever.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, totally. Anyway, so the fatigue.
I swear to God, I swear that's actually what my initial thought was. I was like, is he talking French Canadian right now?
Come on, man.
But anyway, continue.
God
fatigue.
Damn it. Anyway, fatigue. We're talking about it. And the Rangers have played a lot of games. And now I'm wondering, maybe this is actually an advantage for a younger team. Nick, do you find that to be the same thing? Like, these guys are all under 30. There's like 2 players on the Rangers right now over 30 years old. The rest are like 22 and younger, right?
Yeah.
The people talk about fatigue all the time. But like I'm thinking to myself, like if they're younger, don't you think they got a little bit more gas in the tank than these older guys?
Well, but I mean, the Rangers have also played 14 games in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And here they are scoring 6 goals in game 1.
And the one player, as I'm sure we're going to talk about him too. Phil Petel is 22 years old, centering that the kid line for them. 2 goals last night against Andrei Vasilevsky. He's been on fire for the Rangers this whole entire playoff series so far, and you really can't, discredit that. And
look, I know exactly what happened the last time the Lightning got beat up like this. They came back like barnstormers and they completely kicked the shit out of, I believe it was the Maple Leafs, right?
Yeah.
So they've been beat before like this, and then they come back and they're good. So do I think that the Lightning are warmed up now and they're ready to rock and roll on Friday? I do. And that puts some fear in me as a Rangers fan that the Rangers were able to basically catch them sleeping in this first game. And what I say, dude, that first goal from Kreider, he hesitated, waited, found his spot, wrist shot, top shelf. I'm like, well, why would an elite goalie let that go by like that? Like that was he literally was like, hey, here it comes, and then delivered it. And it was like, I'm like, what? I'm looking around, I'm like, did that go in like that easily? These guys are playing great hockey. Yeah, so here's a stat of the day coming in from Rube. 17 straight wins following a loss for Tampa. So That's alarming. And I do think it's going to be a series. I'm not writing off the series. Okay. A4 out there, if you're watching. Okay. People are writing off. Oh, I can't believe they dominated like this. This series must be over. You're high. You're high. If you think
I
that.
haven't wavered once. Tampa in 5. I
So-
said it yesterday.
So now Tampa's going to win the next 4, according to Gooch.
Let me just say this though. Tampa they have some of the dumbest people working there because they tried to have Braden Point play last night and he limped off the ice.
He fell.
He
took a spill.
He took a spill, and on top of that, he tried to skate in the morning, slid right into the boards that morning. I was like, why?
So he's out. He's out.
He's
So
out for this. He's probably out for the rest of the series, and it's ridiculous that he even tried.
Scoop is spitting facts right here, saying Dave got mad at me because I thought the Lightning were going to win yesterday. I just stopped answering his text. I said, you can go fuck yourself, Scoop. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Like the negativity, don't need it. I don't need the touching the money. I don't need the negativity. I am all for the Rangers on their run right now, and it's fun, right? But imagine being a guy like, I don't know, Kenny Levine, our boy Kenny Levine, season ticket holder. Okay, I get it, bro.
Give him any burn.
I want to give him burn because he burned me last night. And burned me last night, but he kind of chapped my ass. Let the Rangers fans, no matter what size fanhood they are, okay, let them be happy with this win, okay? Let them be happy about what they've done in the playoffs so far. Let them be happy to be there. But for you to come out there and say like, oh, yeah, you guys are talking about sports that haven't started for 3 months. Why don't you take the hockey for what it is? Like, I get it, bro. You're a passionate Rangers fan, as am I. But you're coming at me like, are you going to buy a Rangers hat? Why do I gotta buy a Rangers hat? Am I like Opie? Like, oh, I look like I gotta wear like all Rangers garb and look foolish on the air? I wear the same hat every goddamn day. Why am I gonna change it now? That's it. That's it.
You don't.
That's it. I'm done with it. Anyway, Rangers win 6-2. Game 2 on Friday night. Jason
up?
Neal
Jason
coming in.
Neal, that's,
Christ, Rangers win it all. You know what? I'm done.
Nah, he's
I know.
how do I describe him? He's like my nephew. He's my brother-in-law's
So-
son.
While I'm all for this, I'm all for this. And I talked to Dr. Sean yesterday. He said, oh, by the way, is playing tonight at Big Shots. If you're not doing anything, gonna head on over to Big Shots. His band, the 5th of July, the 2nd of July,
3rd of July.
3rd of July, which is my daughter's birthday. I should know exactly what their band name is. I don't know why I fucked that up. But anyway, they're playing tonight at Big Shots. Go check them out and watch the NBA Finals, which we'll preview in a little bit, and also Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. But anyway, so back to this for just one more second. I'm all for everybody having a good time. Everybody enjoy it, embrace it, but don't get on somebody for, I don't know, like don't try to call anybody out on being not as big a fan as you. Like not everybody can have season tickets. Not everybody's going to wear jerseys. I don't wear jerseys anymore unless I'm actually at a game, literally like a football game or hockey. I'll wear a sweater. I'll wear a jersey. But like, you don't have to question people's fanhoods in that regard. I know you're probably like, wow, all right, Kettle.
Dave's coming around.
No, Dave's not coming around. Dave's just mad because I wanted to embrace this first win and get really excited about it. But there's people out there.
And I would like to add, don't get mad at Devils fans who are rooting for the Rangers. Don't question their fanhood.
I mean,
like don't
I'm
question.
not-
I just think
I'm
that,
not getting
I
mad
just
at
think
it.
that when we start going over these things and we start picking, it's like, well, I question this. I won't. It's like, just, you know what? Put it all in that cup, Dave, and don't question it.
Well, here, but I question that to you. You're like, don't get me. I'm not saying that you would get mad at it, but like, would you also kind of raise your eyebrow a little bit? Let's just say the Vikings or the Bears or the Lions are in the Super Bowl, and you're just like, I'm pulling for those guys. Like, you wouldn't do it. It'd be odd.
No. This is like the underlying thing that I'm always trying to preach is like, no, I wouldn't do it. But if he did it, I would just be like, well, I can't even have a conversation with him about the Packers. And that's how I would treat it. I would be like, it doesn't bother me one bit. I'd be like, but that's
I
how
just
he
find
wants
it
to
odd,
approach
that's
his
all.
fanhood. I'd be like, good for him. Maybe he's got like a grandmother that liked the Vikings or something. So it's like,
Now we're going deep.
but it's true. It's true. Like, put
Anyway.
it this way, Dave, your dad likes the Mets.
Yeah.
So like you clearly hold a different regard towards the Mets than you would maybe another. I wouldn't say the Mets are a rival,
But the Mets aren't a rival. I've never been a rival.
But Mets fans are certainly our rivals.
I don't buy that either. What I said the other last week, I said that you guys just need to pump the brakes before you start putting yourselves in the World Series when you
Fair.
lay all Scherzer.
Fair.
Since then,
I'm
I've
not-
ate my words and the
I'm
Mets
not-
are rolling.
That has zero to do with it, though. What I'm saying is like there's an exception made based on what is personal to you, and it might be different for this person. And really, what it comes down to is a lot of people, the same reason, just don't care the way we do. So like, I might be a Packer fan, but like, I don't give a shit if they win or they lose. But like, someone asked me, I'm a Packer fan. If they get really good, then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, the playoffs are on. I'm a big Packer fan this week. That's how a lot of people approach their fanhood with teams. And it kind of lends to the point of what Kenny's saying. It's like he's getting mad at that. You're getting mad at that. And it's okay to not like it, but to like make a fucking long drawn out post, it's like, bro, confusing.
Anyway.
But yeah, you get it. I'm not trying
I get it. No, I get it.
I'm just pointing out, like, don't question fanhood.
AJ coming in. Yankees fans are my rivals. You're all pieces of shit, and I want to conquer you.
That's my point.
There you go. I mean,
Like,
everybody's
I don't have
different.
an issue with the Mets. I like several Mets players, but Mets fans tend to rub me the wrong way in certain aspects of how they approach things.
Yeah.
Rube.
See, Rube, it's so funny, man. To know that Rube is like, I absolutely adore this guy, right? He's so funny. He's got knowledge out the wazoo when it comes to sports. And I'm like, the fact that me and him are sharing this Rangers stuff together is great. But then the moment that there's something Mets, Yankees related, he'll shit on everything and Bears and Cowboys and Zeke's overrated and this, that, and the third. I'm like,
a Mets
fuck
fan.
this kid.
I'm a Yankees fan. I'm a Packers fan. He's a Bears fan. He's a Rangers fan. I'm a Lightning fan. Can we fucking escape each other's clutches, Rube, for a fucking day, please?
I love
Is
Rube.
there anything you like that I like? Do you like rap? Do you like
I guarantee you,
you
he's
like
like,
Kanye, bro?
he's like, country's great and everything else sucks. No, I don't know what he likes. I have no idea. One more thing.
What's your favorite color? No.
Mets orange and blue. Like, okay, relax. Yeah. So, oh, by the way, right before we went on the show, another little news nugget dropped. LeBron James becoming the third billionaire after MJ and Kobe. So he's obviously managed his money quite well over the years. But MJ and Kobe did it after their career. This guy does it in the twilight of his career where it's kind of winding down, but he was able to do that. So King James, and I call you King because you're a king, man. If you want to buy a small sports media company out of Matawan, New Jersey, holler at your boys and we'll see. We'll talk. We'll negotiate. We'll do a little negotiation.
You're a big LeBron guy now.
Big LeBron guy. Big LeBron guy.
I find it hard to believe that Kobe made $1 million because
Yeah,
all
you
he
said
did
that in
was
pre.
all he did was shoot jump shots in the offseason, and I didn't expect him to have any
For
time
money.
for any business ventures whatsoever besides 6 a.m. 100 jumpers, 12 noon 200 jumpers. That's what I thought Kobe did in the offseason.
Well, there's a
Right.
lot of time in between 6 and 12. Like,
Yeah, and then he was like coaching his like daughter's AAU team. Kobe was just like dedicated to basketball, but I guess he clearly is a billionaire because
Scoop.
Google told us.
don't even do it. Yep, I was gonna say don't even try it. But anyway, congratulations to LeBron James on his $1 billion venture. So obviously LeBron is not going to be worried about him running out of money when he retires, or how he'll pay for long-term health care for any of his millions of kids that he probably has running around. Stop worrying and start planning, ladies and gentlemen. A comprehensive retirement plan gives you security and greater control over your money. Michael Fusco can help. As president of the Fusco Insurance Agency, Mike can work with you to help build a more secure future so you can worry a little less now. I think I skipped an entire line. That's impressive. Call 718-701-5787 to schedule your complimentary consultation. Complimentary. That means it's free ski. That's 718-701-5787. Guarantees and protections are subject to the claims paying ability of the issuing company. Some insurance policies are not available in all states. So go check out Michael Fusco over at the Fusco Insurance Agency. Now, Gooch, it is June. It is time for the fathers to embrace manscaping, I guess.
Yeah, so head on over to manscaped.com. Use the promo code SHOPSPORTS. You receive 20% off your entire order and free shipping anywhere in the world.
Do it already. Enough of talk. Like we're talking about it every day.
As
Just
Dave
do it.
said earlier, it is Father's Day, so get out there and go get this package that they got. I don't even know what it's called. I think it's
They got it all.
literally called the Father's Day Package 2.0. It comes equipped with
A lot.
the Lawnmower 4.0
Which we all know and
400K LED trimmer. It has the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver and Bald Deodorant, the Crop Reviver toner, which I have not yet used.
You have never
Um,
used a crop toner?
I don't know.
It smells delicious.
And then we got the Performance Boxer Briefs and a travel bag or sack, if you call it, if you will, to hold his stuff, not his balls. So shave them, manscaped.com, 20% off, free shipping. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah. What happened to the good read? She says, after coming in. I don't know. It's June now. And Manscaped says, now you read
Yeah,
this.
so like
Shop
I'm
Sports.
waiting on a little graphics action from Manscaped.
That's just a graphic. I mean, you got the read. I mean, it's not as entertaining.
yes, but
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
I mean,
put your own spin on it
I
if you
feel like
want.
that was pretty entertaining. And honestly, let's just be real about it. I got to do 5 Manscaped reads a week. After like the 13th time I say butt crack snack, it's like cringing. So I would imagine you guys are as well. Correct?
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
I'm totally. I mean,
You know, I get a good gauge.
I
on,
don't know
like,
if Madison ever
I'll-
actually heard
I'll look over at Rob.
your reads.
I'll look over at Rob in the middle of it, and he's just like, that's how I know, because he's like, I can't even look at this guy anymore. Stop with the fucking Manscaped reads.
Yeah,
No, but
I
we
wonder.
can't-
You know, I do wonder. I often wonder when we're in the hiring process of bringing on Madison, and obviously her father and her mother both watched the show. According to Madison yesterday, her mom like turns it on the big screen, and like we're on at 11 o'clock every day, right? So I wonder if like Madison's gonna go work for Chop Sports, and all of a sudden like who these guys, and you're like butt cracks, neck, hashtag taint
Bro,
chuckle.
it's all
and
in
we're like,
good
holy
taste.
shit.
It's all in good taste.
It all
It's
is it?
it is, bro. If you're reading, if you read what
you
their
missed my
talking
joke. You
points
missed
are,
it.
I mean, I get it.
Ah.
Yes.
Anyway, so if you go out tonight or you stay home, whatever you want to do whatever you want to do, but it is the NBA Finals.
Oh,
And
it was funny. Thank you. Thank you, baby.
oh,
I appreciate you.
So good. Look at it. Even Madison. Yeah, it's just. I mean.
Anyway,
Anyway, Scoop said, "Yo, I may come by tomorrow. Come on in, Scoop. It's Friday. It's a feel good Friday." Anyway, so NBA Finals. All right, we're here after what seems to be a month off because of scheduling conflicts or whatever the ABC or the NBA has done. We've been waiting a long time for this, and finally, it's back. And it's back tonight as the Golden State Warriors host the Boston Celtics tonight at 9 o'clock, which again, come on. I understand they're on the West Coast, the left coast, and we got to cater to those fans, but starting a game at 9 o'clock at night is just for the older folk like myself. Like, come on, man.
so what do you want them to start at 5 p.m.?
No, start it at 8, start it at 7, start it like normal time.
No. They are starting it at 6 in California.
Start
So
it
they
at
can't-
3, take the day off.
Just so Dave could
Just
get
so Dave can watch it and not
that
be
extra
tired the next
hour of
morning.
Sleep. Everything in the entire world
Revolves around me.
Revolves around the East Coast.
You're
In
right.
the United States, almost fucking everything.
Which is crazy if you think about
so
it.
they gotta, they're meeting in the middle here because it is the home team.
It's funny you say
They
that
want to have fans in the arena.
with the time zone stuff. If let's just say you and Ash decide, you know what, we're out and we go move to Cali. Would you be in favor of 10 a.m. kickoffs for NFL?
Yeah.
You're all about that?
Give me it right away. I
Yeah.
want my game immediately. I hate 4 o'clock games. I hate the 8 o'clock game. I always say this: 1 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
But I'm saying
give
it
me
would be
that.
even earlier. You'd be
Even
eating your
better.
Cheerios, which
Even
by the way
better.
are in the.
You know how
wallet.
early I get up.
Yeah, I understand that, but
I get up.
you know,
early,
and you
especially
also-
on football Sunday.
well, you also don't. What was I gonna say? You don't like any of the pregame coverage.
No.
See, I do. I get into that. That's what gets me going for the day.
I do like certain pregame coverage, but I am very selective. It's not the cookie cutter coverage that most people do. I do have my own routine.
You remember
for
that
Sunday
time we did a
mornings.
live stream for 6
You know
hours?
what I do? You know where I go for my coverage?
Chop
on Sunday
Sports?
mornings? I would be going to myself for the coverage. No, but
Ah.
I go over to Kyle Kerm's website and the Sauce Network.
Oh,
and that's
yeah,
where
no,
I get a
that's-
lot of my coverage on Sundays. And I'm just being honest about that. If you're a gambler, that's where you're going, and I am, so that's where I go.
Ashley's coming in with an alarming thing here, saying someone ate my Cheerios. Did you eat her Cheerios, dude? They were out there. There was a whole
I think
box.
that you just said something about like making a reference to Cheerios and one.
Yeah, I said they were in the hall.
Yeah, they're there.
Yes, nobody ate them. I had a bad tooth for 3 days. I didn't eat anything crunchy.
There's also a big thing of granola that Rob left, so we have. All right, enough about breakfast.
Anyway,
we have a game.
back to the finals, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna start talking about pancakes.
Right.
next or
Game
something.
1 goes down tonight. Again, 9 o'clock on ABC. Which again, I hope it's Mike Breen. I hope. I mean, he's always the one that, the one that brings the energy. So here's your preview, folks. I mean, look, the way the Warriors got into this was just, a couple dominating performances, but also what's happening here?
Just go.
I mean, if you start doing emotion next to me, I'm
No,
going to say
if
like,
I
something's
If
happening.
I say something,
Mhm.
then respond. But I'm playing to the comments. Scoop saying,
Oh my God. Anyway, so again, like I said, the finals go down tonight. Now, when you're trying to preview this and trying to bet this game 1, it seems like the public very heavy overall in the series on the Golden State Warriors. Reason behind that, I would say, is because again, they're healthiest they've ever been as far as like the big 3 that are in there. Clay, Draymond, and Steph. Notice how I put Steph last. But like those guys are healthy and they play good basketball when they're on the court together, almost dominant to a certain extent. -4 is the spread tonight. Gooch, where are you leaning and why?
I think that Golden State's going to be way too much. Forget about this game. We'll break down this game and what I think. I'm going to talk a little bit about the series first.
itself, yeah.
So nobody's talking about Wiggins. I mean, the basketball heads kind of are, but nobody's really talking about Wiggins as everyone kind of still looks at him as a bust unless you actually have been paying attention recently, because Wiggins and then the whole Nick Wright thing, like that was a narrative for a little bit. He doesn't have to go out there and play all effort on offense, which Golden State, I mean, he is still getting his points, but he's now turned into one of the better perimeter defenders. They got Iguodala. They have a bunch of wings that they're able to throw at the Celtics. And I just think that the matchup wise, the advantages that the Celtics are bringing obviously is the youth to a degree, right? And then they have the size. But I think the size is actually what's going to be their Achilles heel in this series, because I think guys like Al Horford, they're going to be out on an island. And when Golden State has the ball, I don't think Al Horford has a role whatsoever, because he's not necessarily the best rim protector. So I just think that there's a mismatches running rampant throughout when it's time to stop Golden State. And I think that Golden State's team defense and the amount of guys that they're going to be able to throw at you, and specifically Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart feeds off of his defense.
Who will be playing tonight, by the way.
Yeah.
Banged up, he's playing.
I mean, he's going to be banged up every game.
Everybody's
game
banged up.
Decision. The Warriors aren't, though.
That's
right.
a big thing.
And
yeah.
I know that styles make fights, so it doesn't really matter how the Celtics looked against the Heat, because a very different stylistic team. But I think it's for that reason, it's like a worse matchup for them. Golden State, they're just so deep, and I can't see it going past 5 games. I know that I'm going to get ripped because a lot of people are picking the Celtics. As weird as that sounds, like the actual basketball people on TV, or a lot of them are picking the Celtics from what I'm seeing.
I saw that. I think the ESPN or somebody, one of the bigger media outlets, basically wrote it all. Like the Celtics are not even a lock, but like just it seemed to very heavily. Are they just taking into consideration on how good Jaylen Brown's been playing, or how good Tatum could play at any given moment?
I mean,
was
they're taking
that
into
where we're going with
consideration
it?
that they're in the NBA Finals. They came out of a very tough Eastern Conference, and they're a little more battle tested. There was questions surrounding, can they get over the hump? They couldn't get over the hump to get to the finals. Now they did that. So are they going to build on that momentum? I don't think they're going to. Not any discredit to them. I just think they're running into one of these teams that they're focused. If you heard Steph saying last year after they got eliminated, like, we'll be back, and they are, like and Kyle, I didn't even bring up Steph until just now in the entire fucking analysis.
Chris taking Golden State because they're going to ride Steph Curry's lockdown defense.
Well, whether Steph plays well or doesn't play well, I think that does matter for his legacy, but I don't think he necessarily has to play that great for them to win this series, right? So there's a lot of other ways. There's more clear path.
Klay Thompson has been one of the shining brighter moments of this team.
There's more paths to victory for Golden State than there is the Celtics. That's my best way I could break it down. Boston has to play perfect, and Jason Tatum has to go off every night, and if he doesn't, they're going to struggle.
I mean, Jaylen Brown's been. I think Jaylen Brown's the more consistent player than Tatum over at this point.
Whether he's more
every night he's dropping
not,
20 plus.
Whether he's more consistent or not, it doesn't make him the better player. You know this, just like anybody else does in football. If you have a number one wideout, who's covering the number one wideout? Your best perimeter defender is going to be covering Jason Tatum, and all the system that the entire team is bringing is like revolving around containing that guy. So of course, Jaylen Brown, he's not as good of a player as Jason Tatum, but he's good enough to make you pay when you kind of focus on the other guy. I don't think that Jaylen Brown's going to be enough.
Jaylen Brown, also newest member of the Kanye West.
Is Iguodala on the roster? Is he on the? I don't know if Iguodala even made the finals roster. I didn't even looked at it, but he is, right?
He's on the roster, but I don't think he's played a single playoff game because he's been hurt.
Jason's coming in asking how much should he put down.
Unit, whatever your unit is, put that down.
I'm also gonna ride with Kyle, whatever he decides to do tonight. Again, those guys locked down on NBA stuff. There's been times where I've won a lot of money, and there's times that what I will say is this is my promise to myself, that if I hit my bet tonight, I'm gonna put a little bit of heavier bet on tonight. Okay, I don't know how heavy I'm going. Maybe a 5-unit thing for me, which is, I know sounds ridiculous, but to others it's not, because it's only a $50 bet because my units are $10 a piece. But if I hit the bet tonight and I cash whatever I cash, along with my bankroll, I'm going to try to buy tickets to game 2 tomorrow night to go watch the Rangers, even if I have to go by myself. So that's my present to myself for upping my bankroll.
Who are you taking?
Whoever Kyle takes later.
He's taking Golden State.
Golden State -3.5 is what he's putting down. All right. Well, then that's where I'm going with it. And if I win, Maybe I'll be at the Garden tomorrow night to watch the Rangers.
But here's the thing. You have to buy a mouthpiece and take a picture sitting in the Garden with the mouthpiece hanging out of your mouth.
Thanks,
like
Steph Curry.
Since he earned you your trip
What a guy.
to the Eastern Conference Finals.
It's at 4 now. So Golden State -4. Golden State total team over. All right. And he said probably the 212 over as well. So he thinks a lot of scoring. I mean, they've been resting for freaking 4 months at this point. So because of all the, the load management stuff, which is always fun. Which is hot garbage when you talk about like guys like the Rangers coming out there after game 7.
Did you hear what happened? What they were talking about? Like the NBA was like, guys, we're going to do the finals on Tuesday. And then collectively the players union and the players were all like, no. We need 2 more days to rest because we're pussies. And that's all the NBA
it's
players
coming right
were
from
like,
the source.
Like, oh my God, guys, do you see this?
They should have
May 31st?
No.
June 2nd or I'm not playing.
They should have a built-in range. Built-in range, meaning you play 2 days after the last team played, right? That's the range. So if somebody finishes their series on Sunday, game 1, Tuesday night, start. Not wait 4 days for whatever reason. And again, these commercials have been saying this the entire time. Final start, June 2nd. Everybody knew the finals date, no matter what the series and how the series played out. That's what they were going to do. I know they're built in for certain specific reasons, but to have a 4-day break, it's atrocious. Just go on the fly. Go on the fly.
I guess whatever TV situation they're working at, it might be a little bit more difficult to do it on the fly.
I'm sure they scheduled it around the NHL stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I get that.
To do it based on that. I think. I don't know that's the reason, but I'm just using context clues here and trying to figure it all out. But
I think they should just be able to be a fluid thing.
It's a TV thing. It's a TV thing. No doubt about it. One way or another, whether they have to finesse,
they're going head to head.
It's still coming down to money and advertising and being able to do your programming and being like, look, this is the spots, this is the commercials that we're selling, and that's what it comes down to. It's
understood.
Network. You could say the NBA, it's also largely the networks.
Reason for the break, ... So here comes Kyle. He's going to give us a reason as to why they do. If Golden State Dallas went to game 7, the game would have been Tuesday night because no games for Memorial Day. And like I just said, make it a fluid thing. Meaning, if you had this in your mind, make it like May 31st to June 2nd, right? So a 4-day gap or this whole damn week. And what better way to start your Memorial Day off at night than putting game 1 in the NBA Finals? I would watch it. Everybody would watch it. Everybody's either drunk, getting recovered from being drunk, or roasted from their bad sunburn, whatever. Like they're still there in front of a TV. If it just so happened to play out like that. I'm not saying like, oh, it ended Tuesday, got to start Wednesday. No, I'm saying like it's just do it that way. Don't make anybody wait 4 days. This is ridiculous. It's dumb. I mean, yes, it's here now and it's every other night after that, which again, I agree with, but don't have the Rangers play on a specific night and then 2 days later they got to go into the Eastern Conference Finals and play. And they won. Yes, they played well.
Who's wrong
sure.
here? Is the NBA wrong or is the NHL wrong?
No, the NBA.
Because
the NHL are just playing.
Have the Rangers play in 2 days. So
I'm just saying, no. If have it across the board, make it even across the board.
Well,
all sports.
Maybe
don't
the NHL,
tell me that it's harder to play hockey. I mean, basketball.
Just maybe the NHL should take a page out of the NBA's book because nobody gives a shit about the NHL and people care about the NBA because they're marketed better. And I'm not saying this based on me. I'm saying that based on the numbers, like nobody's watching playoff hockey. If the Rangers weren't in it, neither would you be.
Here's the thing, Kyle. I mean, he's talking to me about TV contracts. I get it. I know why it's there. I've worked for networks. I totally understand as to why it is the way it is, right? I'm just saying have it be fluid. Have it be fluid, meaning like if both series end on Sunday, they should be like, well, we're not going to wait till Thursday. Let's bring them back on here on Tuesday. They can make it work. And if you're talking about going head-to-head with the Western Conference Finals, they're doing that tonight. They're doing that. They're going head to head. So that's an erroneous thing.
No. They're not. The NBA is clearly not worried about going head to head with the NHL.
The ratings are going to be clear. It's going to be all about the NBA tonight. They're going to outdraw the NHL by a landslide. I totally understand that. But I'm just telling you, going forward, I think it'd be easier to not make people wait. Guys like Kyle need that shit. He went 4 nights with like nothing to talk about when it came to NBA and bets and all that shit. But what are we going to do in July?
What it is what it is.
To
me, this is one of those situations, and I know I always take the stance where it's like, oh well. Like,
I know.
I'm glad we got game 1. You know what I mean? Like when we're talking about like
that's not true.
We almost previewed game 1 like 3 days throughout the week, and it's like, well, we're gonna need something for Thursday. So good thing, right?
Toast. Game 7 of the Rangers last round was played on Memorial Day night. There was I don't know the number, but I'm telling you right now, the ratings were not horrible. I'll tell you that right now. It's a game 7. Imagine game 1 of the NBA Finals. It would still be a thing. Still be a thing. Everybody would watch. I think the break was just.
We might never know.
Look, it doesn't matter. They're playing tonight.
Hypothetical anyway.
We made it. All right, we made it to this point. So whatever, they're going to be playing great. And if we're going with Golden State, go with Golden State. It's very hard for me to pick a side here because I don't like Steph Curry. I do like Draymond Green a little bit more than I usually have in the past, and I do like Klay Thompson. It's just my not despise because I don't know the guy.
Need to do here.
I hate the city of Boston, so how am I going to
look at the points? You look at the point spread every night, and you pick a side based on that and where you put your money because that's what you sound like right now. You don't have a dog in the race, no skin in this game. Bet every game and root that way. It shouldn't matter. Those
ratings must have sucked, huh? 2.79 million game 7, most watched first or second round game in 10 years. Ratings were terrible. Awful.
That's all based on the New York market.
Doesn't matter.
It does.
It doesn't. New York market's going to tune into this, no?
It does matter because when you're setting these things, you're not be like, well, the Rangers are going to be in it. You know what I mean? So you don't know. It could have been 2 shittier teams. It could have been Carolina or let's just say Carolina and Pittsburgh. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then them ratings would not have been the best. If that was game 7 of that game, it wouldn't have.
So you're just saying it's a team by team basis.
I'm saying that
New
the
York
Rangers'
market.
New York market is what's bringing the ratings to the NHL. That's why they would love to keep them alive. I'm not saying it's fixed because I'm not saying that.
No, I know.
But it is beneficial to the NHL financially to have the Rangers advance. It's the same way it is for the Yankees, the Mets, any big market team for that.
Got it. Tommy's saying now you have to say something positive about Steph Curry. Okay, he's one of the greatest shooters I've ever seen.
The greatest shooter.
The great. Is it? See how hard that was? See how hard that was to actually talk good about somebody I don't like? You should learn something. Take some notes while you're at it on how to actually do some media and do a podcast and do a show without shitting all over the products. I don't know. Take notes. I've been doing this a little while. Go drive your truck. Whew. Tommy got me fired up this morning.
Personal.
What?
No, it didn't. I was saying go drive your truck. It sounded like it got personal.
I don't care.
Sounded like it got
I drove
personal.
a truck. I crashed the bitch. And that's why I had to get out of that line of work.
But
whatever. I don't care what he does.
It's actually not even close.
You know what he does? He's a mark. He's a mark. That's what he is. Anyway.
Golden State tonight,
-4.
Golden State
I'm with it.
5. That's my prediction. If I want to make
series wise game,
Golden State in 5.
Nick,
as much as I hate this,
here we go. He's gonna dance around this shit. What do you got?
No, I think Boston in 6.
Ooh, okay, interesting. I think Boston gives a run. I have it circled and written down already. Warriors in 6. I think they're gonna get it done. Madison does like the NBA, so I'm not even gonna ask her opinion. So she's not a fan of basketball. I'm the mark. Yeah, no, I know. Pride yourself in that. Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I'm already fired up. Beyond fired up. So anyway, guys, if you watch this video, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Do us all those solids. I'll have these interns working on the podcast to be released in just a little bit. If you missed any of it and you're just more of a car guy or a car girl and you want to listen to it on the radio, you can do that by listening to the podcast, believe it or not. A brand new All-Star Vintage just dropped today with my boys Mark and Dom. And, of course, there's a brand new Till Mets Do Us Part to talk about the Mets being en fuego, which is fire, which means they're playing well. And they're going on a West Coast trip starting, I think it starts tonight. I
think they're traveling.
Are they? Because I was going to say that would be a great night for sports for me. If I'm going to go watch Sean play in his band, I have the NBA game finals.
Typically after a getaway day and
was it a
West Coast
trip?
Yeah, because they played early yesterday.
They did.
And then travel West Coast. They might have a game tonight because I'm an
idiot.
Baseball season.
Where's my producer when you need him?
Mess this year.
But anyway, so that's a show. Again, support the brand, support the network. There he is. You sound stressed. 3rd of July, big shots tonight, 8 p.m. We'll definitely relax you, bro. Joe, I've been I know you probably just got on this. Maybe it's lunch block time, but I definitely have been plugging you guys away all day long. I will be there tonight. I will check out the band. I've been saying it for months that I'm going to check out the next show. So
Ibby's chiming in. The Mets do play tonight, and it's a 4-game series.
Beautiful. So look at that lineup, huh? Because it's a 10 o'clock start. You got the Western Conference Game 2 of the NHL playoffs. You got Game 1 of the NBA Finals at 9 o'clock, and then you got a 10 o'clock start for the New York Metropolitans as they get their West Coast trip started. So I'm actually interested
to see.
Love you
too, buddy.
Interested to love you guys. Yeah, man. Totally. Rock on. Can't wait. Drinks on you. But anyway, so he knows the deal. But I'm excited to talk to all those guys about the Rangers tonight. We got a lot of sports to talk about tomorrow on a Feel Good Friday. I guess Scoop might be in the house. But yeah, for Sturch Gooch, producer Nick today, filling in for Rob. Rob, again, congratulations, pal, on the birth of your son. And of course, Madison.
Resume, bro.
There you go. Like, I'm a producer now. You know what? I like you more than Tommy already. And you've been here for 24 hours. I like that. And of course, Madison in the corner. I shouldn't have said it like that. Like, we put Madison in the corner, by the way. Nobody puts Madison in the corner. Anyway, gonna buy you a drink. See you there. See you there, Joseph. All right, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
That in his T-Pain voice.
Oh, of course. That's how I heard it. Drink. Yeah, definitely.
I didn't know if that was your impression of T-Pain.
It's usually auto-tune. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's the show. See you guys tomorrow.